Okay, good morning, guys. Today is my husband's birthday. So yeah, this is everything I did for him last night. For decoration wise, he loved it. We didn't have much to work with, because he's 24, so we would have got judged if we would have went all out. And then I got him this card, and I made him a cake. It's chocolate with buttercream icing. See, I made me one back before Christmas, and he ate it. So, which Owen ate the whole cake anyways, but he ate the cake. So, I don't eat red velvet, and he wanted his mom to cook him a red velvet cake. So she's doing that tonight, and I wanted a cake that he could wake up to, so I made him that one. But plans changed this morning. His sister woke up with a full-blown flu. So while he's taking her to the doctor, I'm going to set up his candles, and all that, and fix me some breakfast with you guys. So yeah. I was up until almost 2 o'clock no, it was after 2. It's probably like 2:30 in the morning setting all this stuff up. So, alright, bear with me, guys. I'm on my phone today. I am going to Rent-A-Center to switch my phone out today. Oh, let me switch guys right there. Okay, I'm going to Rent-A-Center to switch my phone out today. I'm getting the 17 Pro Max. And in case you're wondering why I just changed that straw out, like I said, my sister-in-law has the flu, and we have the exact same cup. So I didn't want her to take a chance of her accidentally drinking out of it this morning, and her still have, her having the flu and then drinking out of my cup. So, right now I'm making me something to drink. I love these waters. I don't know where they've been my whole life, but I love them. And it fills up my Stitch cup perfectly. So, and I got 2 of them 2 days ago, and I'm just now on the second one. So, it lost me about a day, depending on. Sorry about that. Depending on how much I make them. I don't know why I picked you guys up, because I gotta make my oatmeal, and you guys can actually see me make my oatmeal. It's been so long. Since y'all actually see me make my oatmeal. Now what the hell? Okay. But I didn't want to take a chance of my sister drinking out of my cup, so I switched my straw. Probably saying something before that, but I don't remember. So, and I just want to say the back of my hair looks fucked up. It's okay. I don't know why I threw that away. Now I don't know how much more I can put. I'll just look up. I ain't putting out this money. Like I said, my sister has the flu. We ain't trying to be all that about chips. That should be enough. Okay. We have much to discuss. Yay. Okay, so I don't know if I've told you guys this or not, because I've been with you guys for a while now, but I have PCOS. Well, I downloaded this app that said PCOS Pal, and I was like, ooh, I need that. And anyways, I've been logging my water intake, my meals, and it tells me if it's a good meal choice for my PCOS, or if it's a bad one, it ranks it A through F. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen anything lower than F. And today my meal was a B, I believe, for breakfast. So we're doing good. But anyways, I've been logging my meals with this app, and my water intake and my drinks and my snacks, and it has me how many carbs, like I put in my height and my weight, and it has me how many carbs I need to be eating a day, how many calories I need to be eating a day, how many grams of sugar, how many grams of protein, all that. And while I'm not really meeting the sugar or the protein, or not really the calories, but I am kind of meeting with the carbs. So anyways, I've been doing that for, I want to say about a week. I think I've been doing it since Saturday or Sunday. Anyways, it's not been that long. It's only been a few days. And when I started out, I was 288 pounds. I'm now down to 280 pounds. So I've lost 8 pounds in the few days I've been doing it. Which, I mean, I'm not going to say that was all in the few days that I've been doing it, because I was probably losing a little bit of weight before I started. I just know I didn't weigh myself that long before I started, and I weighed 288. So, yeah, because I've been drinking water for a while now. I haven't been drinking no tea or anything like that, mainly just water. And if I do drink soda, it's only when we go out to work. Where is the milk? Sorry guys, I had to get the milk. And for some reason it was all the way at the bottom and all the way in the back. Oh my god, new fridge. It's the same fridge as we had last time, just we realized around Christmas time that our bottom shelf in our fridge was broke. So anytime we would put something on it that was heavy, our fridge would collapse. So we ended up getting a hold of Rent-A-Center and getting a new fridge. Bad news though, we're still over at my in-laws. It doesn't look like we're gonna be getting our power on anytime soon. I ordered an air mattress from Shein where I could sleep on something besides a freaking couch or a little bitty twin bed. And it came in. It said it came in. It said it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered here. It was delivered somewhere else in my town. And when I called UPS to find out where it was delivered at, to see if they could at least tell me who signed for it, where I would know if it was my neighbor's or not, the name didn't even come close to my name, and it was nowhere near my address on the shipping label is what they told me. So they told me to contact the shipping manufacturer, which I didn't. I had already contacted Shein about not arriving. So they told me to contact the shipping manufacturer So I'm gonna see what Shin says, and if they say to contact the the ship manufacturer, then I will do that. But as of right now, I'm not gonna do that until they escalate this, handle it, or whatever, because they're doing their investigation and stuff like that, where they can either give me a refund or send me another one. So there's that. Now, here are my plans for the day. I'm gonna sit y'all on my water. Okay. Okay, here are my plans for the day. I get paid today by my mother-in-law. I get paid for cleaning her house and stuff, which I'm about to have to do. I'm not going to make her bed or my sister-in-law's bed or anything, because she'll probably be back and forth between the two beds all day with her having the flu, so I'm just not going to make the bed. I will, however, clean up the living room. I cleaned up the kitchen last night when I made his cake, but I will, sweep and stuff like that, and then all that good stuff. And then he took the day off today, so we're going to go to Tupelo, and he gets his birthday money today, and I get my pay money today. And then we're going to go do some shopping, might watch a movie. You know, it's going to be a big old thing. We're going all out for his birthday, pretty much, I feel like. So, yeah. Now, what we have to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, yeah, I know who'll be watching my videos. I am still in school. I'm just on a LOA. Now, if you don't know what an LOA is, it's a leave of absence. I do not go back till July the 7th. I am looking. This dog just pissed in the floor. Ben Jovi, come here. Bandit. Now, come here. Come here. Why did you pee in the floor? Bad Ben Jovi. Go lay down. You have to be really careful with him because he's a little skittish. He was abused. I'll clean that up in a minute. No, what was I saying? Oh, I'm on an LOA, leave of absence, from school until July 7th. Now, why, you might ask, is because as I've put in comments, replies, and stuff like that on my videos, and I've probably mentioned my grandmother passed away the day after Christmas. Okay. Any other person, I'll grieve for a couple weeks and I'm like, okay, or a month, and I'm like, okay, it's time to move on with your life. For some reason, she is the one person that has died, and I've just been like, I just feel like I'm sitting here and the whole world is spinning around me. And it's going so fast, and I just can't keep up. And then, with us living with our in-laws, of course it adds stress onto them. And his mom snapped the other day, and I was already, in a bad state. I had been having dreams when my grandma was alive. Like the last dream I had that I can remember, it was 2 days ago. And I woke up in a full-blown panic attack because she was scheduled to be euthanized, which I don't even think people do that. But she was scheduled to be euthanized, and she was being real mean to me. And I said, for someone who's dying today, you're being a real B-word. And she turned around and she threw a charger at me, and I started crying. And I just lost it. I was like, I don't want you to die. I want you to live forever. And she's over here going, I know. And I saw on TikTok, which, I don't believe everything I see on TikTok, but, I do believe in this kind of stuff. And it said, if you're having a dream about a loved one that's passed away and they're actually speaking to you, because a lot of times they don't speak to you. And she said if they're actually speaking to you and you remember what they say, that's what they want you to hear. So, like, I'm saying what I'm actually feeling, so she's like, I know. So to me, that lets me know that she knows that I didn't want her to die. I wanted her to live forever. I'm going to cry. And it's something to say that I wanted her to live forever. I just I didn't think she would die. Like, I know people don't live forever, and like in my mind, I knew that. But to actually see her laying in her casket was when I walked up to her casket and I saw her. I don't know what I had in mind, but what I saw was not what I had in mind at all. And I broke down crying because, I just wanted to shake her and be like, Meemaw, wake up. What are you doing? Get up. We're going to go to Walmart. We got to go shopping. And it's what she said to me. We went to see her. Well, we didn't go to see her. In August, she had a stroke. And they thought she was going to die. They thought she was dead. So they called all the family in, and of course, she was talking and everything, and it was just me and her in the room, and I used to come and get her to get her house payment, so when we go shopping at Walmart, and she would go, I got some money in my drawer, we going to Walmart and going shopping? I said, Mama, we can't go shopping. You're in the nursing home. You hooked up to oxygen. We ain't going no shopping. And it was so funny. She goes, no, we're going to go shopping. I'll give you the money and I'll tell you what I want. You come back and give it to me. I said, okay, Mama, well, you tell me what you want and I'll go get it for you. Well, she went back to sleep, medicine, all that, just talking. And she never told me what she wanted, but I would have went and got it for her. And, so, like, when I walked up to the casket, I saw her laying there. It kind of looked like she was sleeping. But my mama snores, okay? Like, she would snore so loud. We used to have a joke saying that she would snore her ABCs. And, like, she wasn't snoring. And she was laying all weird. And her skin was really dark. Like, my mom was white like me, okay? Like, she was, like, pale, very light-skinned. Everything. Like, she was like white, okay? She never went outside. She didn't have no sun kiss, no suntan, nothing. She was white as a ghost, white as a piece of paper, okay? And she was really dark looking, like someone had put bronzer all over her. And which later I figured out that it was the medicine that they embalmed her, where they had changed her skin color. But and they had her looking like a clown. My mom didn't wear makeup like that. Not that I knew of, anyways. And they had her looking like a Hoochie Mama USA, okay? And, but I just wanted to, because, like, the night before the funeral, I looked up if you could hug somebody in a casket, because I didn't get to hug her. When, the day that we got called up there to the funeral, not to the funeral, to the nursing home because she was dying. The last time they called us all up there. Oh, I'm gonna cry. She, I didn't get to really talk to her. I just like, Meemaw, I'm here, And, I sat beside her for a few minutes, and then my uncle came in and took my seat, of course, and he stayed beside her the whole time. So I didn't really get to hug her goodbye. I didn't even get to tell her bye. And, so I looked up the night before the funeral if I could hug her in the casket. And they said, pretty much you can do whatever you want, appropriate-wise, to someone in the casket. But they frame upon you hugging them because it can put too much weight on the casket and it can cause it to break. So I didn't hug her. I didn't even hold her hand. I just sat there. And I felt tears coming in my eyes. And I didn't want to be made fun of for crying because that's how my family is. You don't really cry. And so I was just like, yeah, no, I can't do this. And the second I turned around, I just, like, my whole vision got blurry. And tears just filled my eyes. And I saw my dad, and he come and wrapped me up in a hug and was like, it's okay. But, like, I was bawling and squalling and everything else. And, so, you know, with all that and everything, and the added stress of my in-laws, and of course studying, because I had classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I was having a test every Wednesday and Thursday, and I was having these 2 classes that I was having to study for completely opposite things, and it was just too much. And then we had homework for each class, and I was getting behind on it, and then I was getting behind on studying and everything else, on top of going to work and cleaning and everything else. So I was just like, let me take a LOA, let me get some mental help, let me get, you know, something. And I looked into it last night about where, so, see, since my husband does DoorDash and stuff like that, I don't have insurance. We don't have insurance, and I don't think they offer you health insurance. And we don't qualify for the government-assisted insurances like we did in 2024. So I was like, I looked it up, you know, where you can get mental health help, you know, and treatments and stuff without insurance and without income, really. And I looked it up, and there's a center in Tupelo near me. And so I'm gonna go by there one day this coming up week and see what I can do, because, you know, I want to be fully better I'm never gonna be fully better, but, you know, in a better mental health state come July, and I feel like that's gonna take some time. I'm not planning to get sent off, so don't worry. I was still at least trying to make a video for you guys once a week. But, sorry, I was just thinking. But, yeah, so I'm gonna eat my oatmeal while you guys sit here with me, and I just try to compose myself before they get back from the doctor. Sorry about that, guys. That one tastes a little weird. Alright, guys, well, that's all I have for a video today. Sorry it's a little sad. But, I will see you guys next time.